sketched his Labrador sitting on the carpet in front of the fire at home, so that's why the lions are sitting the way a dog would sit, not the way a lion would sit. Now, Westminster Council are killjoys because they don't let you paddle in the fountains anymore. In the summertime, we used to paddle in the fountains, but you can't do it anymore. If you do, you get fined £95. So Nelson's column towering up above us, commemorating not just Nelson, but the British naval victory at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805. It's 169 feet and 3 inches high, plus a 17-foot statue of Nelson on the top. And the reason it's 169 feet and 3 inches is because that is the height of the main mast on HMS Victory, the flagship of the British Navy. Coming round Trafalgar Square. Behind the National Gallery is the National Portrait Gallery. Again, free to enter. We're going to go on to Strand in a few moments. More Christmas lights coming up once we get onto the Strand. Trafalgar Square on New Year's Eve gets incredibly busy. If you're going to be in London for New Year's Eve, in order to see the fireworks and stuff down on the River Thames, you have to buy tickets in advance. And it's ticket only. But a lot of people come into Trafalgar Square and just watch the fireworks from a distance and hear the big chimes of the big bang at midnight. Royal Parish Church on the left. This is the Church of St Martin in the Fields. And you've got lovely concerts throughout the year, string quartets, piano concertos, choral events as well, and great carol services inside and outside there. And that's Charing Cross Railway Station, and on the right hand side Claremont Hotel with Christmas tree just on the corner there. It's on the corner of Villiers Street. So if you look down Villiers Street as we move forward, you'll see the Christmas lights all the way down Villiers Street, leading towards the embankments and the River Thames. So 5 minutes walk down that street, you're by the water's edge. Now coming along Strand. Now for people from the Netherlands and from Germany, the word Strand and Strand means beach. And that area on the right-hand side was the beach, the sloping beach which led down to the waters of the River Thames, which used to be a lot wider than it is nowadays. The River Thames was narrowed to build the sewage system back in Queen Victoria's reign. So we're going to continue all the way along Strand until we get to Waterloo Bridge, and then we're going to go over the River Thames. So all the streets up to your left-hand side take you into Covent Garden. Little soup kitchen set up here for the homeless down the left-hand side. We'll do that 7 days a week. A couple of theatres here on the left-hand side. We've got the Adelphi and the Vaudeville going Back to the Future, and 6. And ahead of us on the right-hand side we've got the Savoy. And that is showing Paddington, as I mentioned earlier. Savoy Theatre and entrance to the hotel is just down here on the right-hand side. Now this street on the right is the only street in London where we drive on what for us is the wrong side of the road. So look down to your right-hand side, it takes you to the Art Deco entrance of the Savoy Hotel and the theatre there. Very busy down there. From the background show this afternoon. So we're going to be turning right at these traffic lights to go over Waterloo Bridge, and we're going to get a glance at 1 or 2 theatres on the left-hand side as we go round. We've got the Lyceum Theatre where the Lion King's playing, Mamma Mia's playing at the Novello Theatre, and the Christmas musical Elf, that is on at the Aldwych Theatre. As I said, if you've not been to Covent Garden yet, make it top of your list. It's a great place to visit at Christmas time. It's a great place at any time of year. There's the Lyceum Theatre up to your left-hand side. And those pedicabs once again, flying for train. Straight ahead of us is the Strand, Church of St Clement Danes and St Mary Strand, and the entrance to the ice skating rink in Somerset House is just off to the left. And this is Somerset House to your left-hand side. Over to the Courtauld Art Gallery, and throughout the year it's got various events take place in the great piazza inside it. This time of year, just an ice skating rink there. So we're coming on to Waterloo Bridge, the longest and the widest road crossing in central London. come up onto the bridge, you get great views of Westminster to your right and the city to your left. If you look to your left, first of all, there's St Paul's Cathedral coming into view. Floodlit dome of St Paul's to your left-hand side, and the cluster of modern buildings down there. Horizon 22, you can see the Shard down in the distance as well, evident to the left. That's the City of London to your left, and Westminster to your right, with Big Ben, Westminster Abbey and the Parliament buildings to your right-hand side, and the London Eye over there in front of you to the right too. I'm going to get a closer look at some of those things to the right as we get further across. They've got the South Bank Arts Centre, which is always lit up throughout the year, all ahead of us. We've got the Royal Festival Hall, Wood Gallery, Queen Elizabeth Hall, and the Cell Room on the right, and the Royal National Theatres ahead of us to the left. Now this bridge is nicknamed the Ladies' Bridge. It's built by women. Designed by a man called Giles Gilbert Scott. The man who designed the Red Tower. Women built this bridge, which is probably why it finished on time. Might explain why it came in under budget. Also, it was originally such a high maintenance bridge. I can't think of
She said I'm
so heading over,
making sure I don't get into trouble.
take a look to your right-hand side. Just between the buildings now, through to the right-hand side, there is the London Eye framing Big Ben on your right. Take a look at that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Absolutely fabulous, dude. Now, coming down to the IMAX cinema, we're going to go round the roundabout and onto York Road shortly before we go over Westminster Bridge. Now, the IMAX is the largest IMAX in Britain. It used to be the largest in Europe, but now there are two bigger ones in Germany. One in Leopoldburg, 10 kilometres from Stuttgart, and one in Nuremberg. And it's a very easy cinema to get to because it's accessed by stairways and ramps all around the roundabout. So you go underneath the road and into the foyer and cafe area down there on the right-hand side. So we're in the area of Waterloo, in the London Borough of Lambeth. Waterloo railway station, just over the railway lines to the left-hand side. We'll see the entrance to that in a couple of moments. Waterloo is the biggest railway station in central London. It's got 23 platforms. There's a great mural on the wall over there on the right-hand side. See the Paddington mural? It says that everybody, whoever you are, is welcome in London. And it's a great city to live in. It's a multicultural melting pot. It's a brilliant place to live. All these comments on social media saying, oh, Londoners boring, London this, London that. Well, London's brilliant. It's been voted the best city in the world for the second year. And for a computer geek, there is the IBM headquarters on the right, and in the window on the right, you've got the Quantum One computer. There's nothing to do on the natural blonde, but it looks quite interesting. Take a look to your right-hand side, you get another view of the London Eye. Straight down Chicheley Street to the right-hand side. Ooh, it's teased with a red light that we can only see a little bit of it at the moment. Now, to give you an idea about London, Greater London is an area of about 620 square miles. It's made up of 32 boroughs. We've got a population of only just under 9 million people. And the 32 boroughs are represented on the London Eye by 32 capsules. So the wheel itself represents the city of London, which is the smallest city in the UK. It's only 1 square mile in area, only has a population of just over 8,600. But that, in addition to the population of the 32 boroughs, counts up to 9 million. So if you fancy taking a ride on the London Eye, there it is, on the right. Get another glimpse of it in a few moments because we're going to go round the gyratory ahead of us and onto the Westminster Bridge. And when we go on to Westminster Bridge, we're going to get a fabulous view of what is arguably the most famous clock tower on planet Earth. Coming round the roundabout. If you're a fan of street art, Underneath Waterloo Railway Station, there's a little street called Leek Street, and you go down under this station, under Leek Street, and you've got the street artists down there with their big bags of aerosol paints, and they're spraying their designs on the walls. You access it just down through that little pathway to your left-hand side, just beyond the Mushka picture there. Takes you all the way into the Leek Street Arches. It's got a couple of original Banksies down there. You recognise those because they're covered over with clear perspex, so no artists are going to spray over those. But don't complain at the artist. Don't say, oh, you're doing something wrong, because it's a designated street art area. They're supposed to be down there. But there are two very, very strong smells when you're down under those tunnels. One's the smell of the aerosol paint. The other is slightly more purple. I was down there a few months ago, and there was a guy complaining. He said, "Joe, this is terrible. Look at them spraying the walls. This is disgusting. They're vandals." I'm like, mate, get over yourself. They're doing it here because it's legal to do it here. It's like an ever-changing art gallery. It's amazing. And it's so popular. The German embassy, earlier this year, appointed a street artist to do a mural commemorating the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. So that's how legal it is to spray things on the walls at Waterloo Station. We're coming up onto the approach or the bridge. Directly ahead of us is St Thomas's Hospital. That's the modern incarnation of the hospital that's been there since the 1600s. And it's St Thomas's Hospital where Florence Nightingale used to nurse. The Florence Nightingale Museum is just beyond the trees ahead of us. Have your cameras ready because we're going to get some great photo opportunities in a couple of seconds. Because Big Ben's coming up directly ahead of us. We're going to be driving directly alongside it. We're also going to get another view of the London Eye, which is going to come up on your right-hand side. So the London Eye coming up again on the right-hand side. Big Ben directly ahead of us. Now, we're not going to hear the chimes of Big Ben because Big Ben only chimes on the hour. It's 13 minutes past 5, so we might, depending on the traffic, we might hear the Westminster chimes chime their short quarter past the hour chime. So we all call that clock tower Big Ben. The real name of it's the Elizabeth Tower. The original name of it was the Clock Tower. There's the London Eye to the right. Charing Cross Railway Station, and golden arches over there. And all of the Houses of Parliament in front of you to your left-hand side. Now, the Victoria Tower is the tall square tower at the far end of the Parliament building, flying our national flag. Now, a lot of people mistakenly call our national flag the Union Jack. Now, our national flag isn't the Union Jack. The national flag is the Union flag. It's only the Jack when it flies on a ship or a boat. So glancing behind you, lovely view of the Eye with its ever-changing lights there. Great view down through Westminster to the right. But coming up now on your left-hand side, we're getting very up close and exceedingly personal with the Elizabeth Tower. Big Ben.
Big Ben at night time.
Now, Clock Tower was completed in 1864, and it's undergone a recent renovation. It was covered up for about 5 years to clean all the stonework and renovate it. The same treatment is going to occur with the Victoria Tower at the far end of Parliament, so that is going to be covered up for 6.5 years. They've already started putting the scaffolding up, so it's going to be hidden from view for 6.5 years while the stonemasons do all their repairs and restoration. The Elizabeth Tower got that name in 2012 when Queen Elizabeth II celebrated her Diamond Jubilee, 60 years on the trade. Renamed the Elizabeth Tower photo opportunity. Those of you that see out in the open, if you look behind you over your left shoulders now with your phones in portrait mode, look at that, double crop shot, perfect shot there. Christmas tree in Parliament there. You can see the arched window just beyond the Christmas tree to your left, and that is the Westminster Hall where the Queen's body lay in state after her death on the 8th of September 2022. And coincidentally, the Queen was 96 years old when she passed away, and the tower named after her is 96 metres high. Now, Parliament Square in front of us, got the statues of Winston Churchill directly ahead of us at the traffic junction there, and the pale grey flint, who's our wartime Prime Minister. Churchill with a face only a mother could love. Other statues in the square include David Lloyd George, Viscount Palmerston, Benjamin Disraeli, George Canning, Nelson Mandela's statues there. Gandhi, the only female represented in the square's militant quarter, women's rights activist, and there's also a statue of Abraham Lincoln. So Churchill coming up now on the right-hand side. Never before in the field of human conflict has so much been known by so many
When I'm going to buy one, get one free.
Now, the little church in front of us, that is St Margaret's, and that is the parish church of the Houses of Parliament. It's where the diarist, Samuel Pepys, was married, and it's also where Churchill himself was married to his childhood sweetheart, Clementine. The Nelson Mandela statue just ahead of us on the right by the traffic lights, that's a unique statue because it's the only statue in Parliament Square unveiled by its subject. Everybody else was dead when their statues are placed there. And glancing at the left-hand side, this is Westminster Abbey. This is where all our kings and queens have been crowned since Christmas Day 1066, where William the Conqueror was crowned here. Royal funerals, royal weddings. Quite a few royals are buried here as well, including Elizabeth I, Mary Queen of Scots, Henry V, Henry VII, Richard II, Charles II's buried there as well. No more space to bury anybody in there now. Take a look behind you over your left shoulders, that's the main entrance to it. Absolutely stunning building. It's considered to be one of the finest Gothic buildings in the United Kingdom. It's an absolute gem both inside and out. And it started off as a small place of worship. It was very, very small. And there's been worship on this site since the 10th century, since the 900s. Now, the national religion of this country changed during the reign of Henry VIII because we used to be a Catholic country. Henry VIII wanted to divorce his first wife, Catherine of Aragon, and he couldn't because he was a Catholic. So he took matters into his own hands and invented a new religion, and he called it the Church of England, and he made the rules different as well. He said, oh, if you're in the Church of England, it's perfectly acceptable to get divorced. And the rest is history. So heading all the way up Victoria Street now, and making our way back into the heart of the transport hub. We're going to go all the way up Victoria Street, and we caught a glimpse of St Paul's Cathedral. We've just seen Westminster Abbey, and very soon we're going to see Westminster Cathedral. Now, Westminster Cathedral is the most important Roman Catholic church in the United Kingdom. It's a very unusual design for this country. It's in what's called a Byzantine style design, and we're going to see it in a few minutes on your left-hand side.
There's some, and they're like real ultra modern, and they've been really designed nice. Got a couple of pictures of some. There's one when you look at it, and it looks like all the windows of the square.
Now, there's loads of new development all around here. A lot of buildings were constructed here very swiftly after World War II, and the quality of the building
That's
wasn't
fantastic.
good, so they started demolishing
really
the
is.
post-war buildings and putting up
You get your options, you get stuck on the train, that's
interesting,
the yeah.
Straight on, yeah, straight on track.
apartments being
Maybe a quick
constructed in this
McDonald's.
area as
Oh,
well.
that's true, yeah. We're so lucky we can do that, don't we?
Yeah.
Central London apartments in this area. You fancy
I was on your same train,
duplex.
except that
One has just
Oh, you got the first one out of Bogner, did you? Yeah.
£2 million on this very street, in that very building on your left.
your family friend, the late now, sit next to me.
Yeah, she's my partner, yeah.
Oh,
Quite nice views of the building site next door to it.
they got some lovely photos. How come wasn't in your way taking pictures?
No,
The
no,
Albert
don't
Park
that's
worry.
good,
Davis on the
yeah.
right, always well dressed for Christmas. That's named after Prince Albert,
Yeah, that's it.
Victoria's
Okay,
beloved
hi.
husband.
Yeah, yeah, I'll say hello, yeah.
I said, I bet you would love it. More Scotland's
Roads going off
switch on
down
last
to the right
Saturday.
hand side, they take you to
Yes, we didn't go to that. We were in Bournemouth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we did the Christmas market over there.
Yay, that's lovely.
Cathedral in a few moments' time on your left hand side. Now, if you're going to visit any of the cathedrals or abbeys, Westminster Abbey's £29 to go in, and it's not open to the public on Sundays. St Paul's Cathedral's £26 to go in. If you want to go to Westminster Cathedral, it's free. No charge whatsoever. And it's a stunning place.
Yeah.
It's going to be coming up in a few moments on your left. This area, Victoria, took its name from the first monarch to move into Buckingham Palace. King Victoria moved in 1837 when she acceded to the throne. She died in 1901. So cameras at the ready if you want a photo of the cathedral. It's coming up on your left. On the left. Oh, we've got a red traffic light as well. Perfection. There it is, the Byzantine Westminster Cathedral, the most important Roman Catholic church in the United Kingdom. A lot of the cathedrals and abbeys and central London churches have various Christmas concerts throughout the period. Yesterday, the Princess of Wales was hosting a concert in Westminster Abbey, so a lot of security around this area yesterday. The royal family were in attendance. Coming back up towards Victoria Station in a few moments. Now, if you're using Victoria Tube Station, which serves the District Line, the Circle Line and the Victoria Line, it's a very busy, very hectic station. If you're meeting somebody at Victoria Station, make sure you ensure you know that you've agreed on the correct meeting point, because with so many entrances and exits, you could find yourself 15 minutes walk away from the person you're supposed to be meeting if you've gone to the wrong place. So Cardinal Place here on the right-hand side is a good 15 minutes walk from the far end of the station, right out in Nicholson Street.
Could you watch, could you need to
Theatres here, one on the right, this is the Victoria Palace Hamilton.
Not like that, I like
Golden
Victoria.
Ballerina on the domed roof above the heads on the right. Down to the left, you follow Victoria. A little bend on the left side is it. As you're going around this area after the tour to Grantham High Street, all down here on the right hand side, you've got loads of choices of restaurants, cafes, you've got everything from the Greg's Pasty all the way up to 5-star dining in this area. So whatever you fancy, there's something for everybody. Quite a few pubs in the area as well. Obviously, if you've got kiddies, check with the management.
Yeah,
They
we
will
are.
allow children.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was good.
Some pubs do allow families.
I think I'll get the 1805 train, look at the bus 10 days to the next one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what time we booked on a specific train ticket.
There is one little pub around the corner on the left-hand side that I would not recommend. It's a good pub, but I don't want your holiday spoiled. It's a pub which happens to be a pickpocket's paradise.
See you there, Chris. See you around
Shakespeare.
Gloucester.
It's not a bad pub by any means, but it's got 5 entrances and exits, and there are lots of little alleyways and stairways into the underground, to the bus station, transport, and pedestrian areas that take you down to the trains as well. So I've seen people get dipped in there, and we managed to catch them, actually. But be very, very careful if you do go in the shed. Stay on your left-hand side. It's not a bad pub, as I say, but just if you do go in, there will be security there tonight. But it does get incredibly busy, and you can see all the different entrances and exits. London is an incredibly safe city to live in. It's a brilliant city. I would not want to live in any other city in the world. It's a fantastic place to live. Very, very safe indeed, considering the size of it. So down to your left, the bus station, the tube station, and the railway station. Heading up to the stop fairly shortly. Back up into the Victoria area. Now, when we get to the stop, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to do is wait for me to go down the stairs, because we need to get the lights on. Caesar will put the lights on the bus, and then I want you all to check that you've got everything with you. If you brought any drinks containers or food containers, anything like that, please take those away with you as well. Don't leave anything on the bus. And also do check you've got everything. Phones, wallets, credit cards, those little boxes that contain earpods. We find those all the time. So do check, double check and triple check that you've got everything before you leave the bus.
You're already.
Watch it again on the way out. Watch it again on the way out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Say that. You're on your bus, Nick. Don't worry, I've got you.
Have a good time.